Are you tired of players using Cronus against you, but you don't have the cash to go out and buy your own Cronus or something like that? Or you want free Cronus out of a video game?
Yes!
Then have I got a build for you, because this one here will literally give you almost everything that the Cronus will give you. And if you set the settings like I have in one video of how to set up your settings, you're going to get every bit of it.
I expect the best, and I give the best. Here's the beer.
Striker drone detected. Hostile striker drone detected. Extraction called.
Whack!
So previous pistol builds that I've had out here, they all fell down to one thing. You could get the damage out, which was not a problem, but you always lacked a little bit in survivability. So we fixed it, just a tiny bit. Now, the main thing that you have to have on this to get extra weapon handling, to get that faster acquisition of your target, is the sniper rifle. Now, the Carbine 7 is the best AR in the game, not just because of the stability and action, as you can see it's maxed out, but because of one major thing. It has the farthest range of all of the ARs. But as you can see, all these other weapons I'm showing you right here, their stability, every one of these is maxed out. And that's what matters mostly, especially in PvP, because the stability, while you're aimed down the sights and everything else, that can land more shots where you can beam players from afar before they ever get up close and personal to you. Same with marksman rifles and everything. Now, the accuracy does not matter. Accuracy is for if you're in cover and you're shooting over the cover without having to worry about anything. So having the max stability that you can, especially with some of these ARs, shotguns, SMGs, things of that nature, can really make or break you landing your shots on a player and landing those critical pieces that you need. Now, with this build, it's pretty simple. But we'll go over that here in a little bit, because the main weapon on this is going to be your Liberty. Your Liberty is better than the D50, 100%, because as you can see, the stability and accuracy is not maxed out because of one piece which is on here. Now, if you go down to this weapon handling, even though it's 15%, this actually is giving you way more than 15%. Hopefully the devs don't notice this, but fuck it. Who gives two shits? Because you can see right here, if I go to a different D50, we can actually put on 5% weapon handling, and watch how fast it goes up compared to 15%. Look at that. 5 and 15. That's a serious jump, right? So your D50 basically becomes a laser beam aimbot on this build, and any other thing that you use with it, period. Now, this is not a glitch. This is not giving you more than what you're supposed to have. It is actually working as it states. So we have all this max accuracy and stability just with this build alone. So what does this give you? Let's show you by shooting the wall. The best way to do it is to shoot the wall. So we're going to land one shot right there, and what we're going to do is we're going to use that as a reference point to shoot other shots with this. And you can see I'm kind of moving the controller myself, but I'm not jumping it as far or as hard. It's basically just going left to right. It's not bouncing up or down, nothing. It is literally just right there. You can see it just jumps from left to right, and that's with me not touching the remote, just pulling the trigger. You can see it just jumps left to right. So versus going up and down, left and right, we only have to worry about left or right now. So does it work the same with ARs or anything else? Yes, it actually does. Watch this. This is me controlling it just a tiny bit. That is pretty much every bullet landing on a target, maybe about 20 meters away. This is me not messing with the remote, just pulling the trigger. See the difference? Basically, you get straight up aimbot with this. And because you can acquisition your target because of the specialist, you're just going to be able to aim at them and lock on to them and keep doing that the whole time. So again, whatever weapon you prefer, but the carbine 7 is going to be your better go-to because again, it can reach out to 35 meters versus the FAMAS can only reach out to 30 to 32 meters. So with a player running away or a player who's actually running up to you, you can get the more damage out farther away than anything else and have high damage. Plus the weapon already has a very high stability. So we have 2-piece Providence. Now I prefer to say that these need to be in these specific spots. Okay, these two need to be in that specific spot because the holster would allow you to change out to different types of holsters like a Grupo, a Fenris, say a Badger Tough, whatever you want. But this Douglas and Harding gives you extra 20% stability. This is where the aimbot part comes in. So having this on and using your Liberty as your main backup and getting the damage out otherwise is where it clicks in. Now, do you need to have the Petrov gloves? Honestly, no, but it does increase your weapon handling. So this here gives you more reload speed, all that kind of stuff at one time. Now, here's the catch. I'm going to show you don't need to have them. You can actually put on the walkers and get your weapon damage up higher. As you can see, my stability is still maxed out. Everything is still maxed out. So you can still have all that, get extra weapon damage, extra crit chance that you would miss from a backpack. So like I said, from a backpack. Now, where we lose that is, for instance, if your backpack were to have, say, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, that's where you lose it. That's all you lose, 12%. Now, again, Contractor is going to give you a little bit more weapon handling, so you can land better shots a little bit more, but again, you're not worried about it. So here's what we got. 1.48. Yep, 1.48. So again, 1.485. So again, that's non-crit, because that's more important than your crits, okay? You need to know that number, especially with this build, because the crit chance is mainly going to be for your ARs. So if we go to the pistol with the Contractors, 1.53 something 8 whatever. So again, we do lose a little bit of damage by not putting the Contractors on, but for the crit chance with the Walker, that gives us, for the ARs and the shotguns that you want to use on this build, is going to give those the more crit that they need out of this. So that's where it becomes player's choice, is the Walker or the Contractors gloves. Now, again, as you can see, we're maxed out for our crit chance that we can get for this. We're only short like a little bit. Even if we put the rifle on for long range, or the pistol right here, or if we want to do a shotgun, same thing. We still have high crit chance and high critical hit damage. So then it just comes down to putting on like the Foxes down there at the bottom with the Ninja Bike, because again, we also got 5 or 15% weapon damage. So let's say you had a companion on your backpack for 15%, that weapon core right there on the Ninja Bike gives you that 15%. So again, we're only short 12% critical hit damage, but we gained 15% headshot damage from the 2-piece Providence. And then the Foxes for damage to targets out of cover to boost our damage up. So there you go.